So this is a Bailey Unicorn Barcelona. I'm going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. The front of the van, you've got your hitch, jockey wheel and handbrake. This will all be explained in a separate video that I'll send over to you with this as well. Front of the caravan, you've got your gas bottle with gas valve on top, on and off. Gas regulator up on the bulkhead of the caravan, and pipework coming down to the bottle. Pipework has a reverse thread fitting going into the bottle, so you need to turn it the opposite way to, for instance, like a Coke bottle. You have to go the opposite way to undo the thread. Coming down the side of the van, you've got a storage locker just there, and you've got a secondary storage locker on that side as well, on this side as well. At the bottom, on this side, you have the wind down leg. There's one of these on each side at the front of the caravan. You then got your water pump connection, which very simply pushes into the side of the van, as you can see. Nice and simple, and the water pipe drops down inside the aqua roll. Then got your heating flue when you're running the system on gas or gas on the heating or hot water, and that's just essentially a flue for the carbon monoxide. And then your heat can outside the van. You've then got your wheels, which will torque the wheel nuts before the caravan leaves site to 120 Newton meters. We do recommend that you tighten these each time before you travel, just to make sure they have stayed completely tight. Coming down the side of the van, you can see Barcelona. You've got your toilet flush tank at the top here. Now that flush tank takes 3.5 litres of water and a capful of the pink toilet fluid. And in the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette itself. You open up the door, you've got an orange handle on the bottom of it that allows you to release the toilet cassette, and then you pull the toilet cassette out. You've got a grey neck or an orange neck on that toilet cassette that will allow you to empty the waste out through that. And the grey cap that's on there is a measure for the blue fluid itself that goes into there. So you'd put 1 capful of the blue fluid into the toilet cassette and 1 litre of water as well. Back of the caravan, wind down leg on either side at the back, as you can see, to stabilise the caravan. You'd never lift the caravan with the wind down legs. They are only there to stabilise the van when you are on site. You then got your battery locker, as you can see here. So you, for instance, if you had if you wanted to use 12-volt power, you'd need to have a battery on board the van, and then you've got your mains lead plugged in next to that. Got a storage locker for underneath the bed unit, or for underneath the bed, so you can access the storage from the outside. You've got an aerial point here as well, so you can connect an aerial to the outside of the van. And then you've got your fridge vents to allow hot air out the side of the fridge unit, and also if you're running out on gas, the gas vent for the gas system is behind there as well. 3-pin plug on the outside of the van, so you can plug power into the outside of the van. And then you've got your storage locker at the front of the van, and your barbecue gas point itself. As you can see, we're now on the inside of the caravan. First of all, we're going to need to turn the master power on, which is on the control panel just as you come in the door. Master power switch just here. Internal light, awning light, and the water pump for the water system. Now, to fill the water system, which is one of the first things we're going to do after turning on the power, we're going to come underneath the seat on the far side of the caravan to where the yellow drain down valve is. So just down there on the floor, you can see that yellow valve. If that yellow valve is parallel with the floor, it will enable you to fill the water system up. If that was pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it actually drain all of the water out of the caravan's water system. Now, to fill it, you'd have the aqua roll connected on the outside. You'd come over to each tap on board the caravan, and you'd open all the taps up on the hot side of the water heating. Now, as you can see, I've already filled the water system up for the purpose of this demonstration. But you'll actually see, hopefully as well, that the water is steaming. So you can see it's nice and warm. I actually run it on gas at the moment as well, so you can see that is all working. Now, once the water system's full, and you've got water coming out of every tap continuously, like we just have here, you then shut off all of the taps. The reason for that is then is the water system is full, and you can start thinking about warming the hot water system on board the van. So like I said, all the taps open to bleed the water system all on the hot side, and then you'd turn the pump on just by the door, which is just here, and that would allow the water system to fill up. And when water is coming out of every tap on board the van, you can then turn each tap back off. Once the water system is completely full, you can come over to the Aldi control panel by the door, which controls your heating and hot water. And on this control panel at the moment, you can see up in this top left hand corner, it is telling me that the heating and hot water system is on. If I just use the arrows here, I can turn that off, and that will turn off all of the heating and hot water on board the van. We'll have that on for now. Come across to the right, and it will give me the internal temperature for the caravan, so it works a bit like your household heating with the water going around the system on the caravan. You've got down or up to set the temperature on the heating, all the way up to 30 degrees, as you can see. Come across to the right again. Now this is water heating on or off. So once the water system's full, you can turn the water heating on, and that will allow the water system to start warming up on board the caravan. If I come across to the right again, we've got the option to run the heating and hot water on gas. So as you can see at the moment it's on. I can go off or on the buttons here. If it ignites, essentially there'll be no warnings on the screen. If it failed to ignite, it would come up with gas fail on the screen. If I come across to the right again, I've got the option for how much power we are going to use on board the van, as in electricity wise, for the heating and hot water. At the moment I'm set on 1 kilowatt. I've got the option of 2 and 3 kilowatts also. Now that will all depend on what caravan site you're on to how much power you can get through the heating system, or the heating system to use. For instance, if you're on a site where 2000 watts of power is available for your heating and hot water, which you could always find out from the site office when you go to the different caravan sites, then you'd set this at 2. If it was 1000 watts or 1 kilowatt, you would set it at 1 on the control panel. In the corner here, it indicates to me that we have got mains power coming into the caravan. And down the bottom here, we have some advanced options, which if you go into the manual for the caravan, it will tell you all about these. Next up, we're going to come over to the fridge. So we open the fridge door. Microwave, pretty self-explanatory, works like your household microwave, no difference at all there. The fridge, we've got power on. As you can see, so the fridge has now come on. To select your power source, you've got the mode button here, and you'd simply press mode. So you've got 12 volt for when you're towing down the road, which will allow you to use the fridge as a cool box. We've got 240 volt mode, so that's 240 mains coming into the caravan. And if you want to go to gas, so next I'm just going to take you through the hob and show you all igniting. I'm just going to put the camera down to one side for a moment. As you can see, the hob. It's taken a minute to get the gas up to that one, but there you go. So next is the hob, the grill, sorry. Let's take you through the grill so you can see it all igniting. That's the hot grill working away. And then in the bottom, you've got the cooker working. So to flush the toilet on this particular van, use the blue flush button on top, press the button and the toilet will flush. Down the bottom of the toilet itself, you've actually got a grey waste handle here. You'd need to push the grey waste handle across to open that up. And in the centre of the toilet, you have your grey, your toilet flap, which would open up to allow the waste into the cassette. If you have any further questions on the Bailey Unicorn Barcelona, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll be more than happy to help. Thank you very much. Bye bye.